All right, you guys. So I got another upload here for you regarding Modern Warfare 4 and the news that came out today. Now, if you don't know, Call of Duty put out this tweet here. Not sure where this one started, but it's not true. The next Call of Duty is not being developed for PS4. Now, this is obviously massive news because it's the first time since 2013 Call of Duty Ghosts that a Call of Duty isn't out on the PS4 or that generation of consoles. And what would happen if Call of Duty moved to current gen only? A generation that's been out for many years now, right? It came out in 2020 and the leap still hadn't happened. It's a hard thing because I get it wanting to still release on the PS4 and, people will automatically say it's for sales numbers and stuff like that. And maybe the people at the top are thinking that way. I, on a personal level, think that maybe there's people that have the PS4 that haven't upgraded for one reason or another. They still enjoy it. Maybe that's the only one they can get. And they have access to these new games. That's still good. I think that's still positive. And that's kind of the perspective that I look at it from. But of course, we know that if you really want the games to, push the limits and to really feel current gen and get the best out of the machine that you have, you're going to want to have to upgrade. You're going to need it to upgrade. Some of the stuff that I started seeing on Twitter is pretty crazy. Like, this is about to be the best Modern Warfare game ever, or this is about to be the best Call of Duty game ever, or this is going to be the best looking Call of Duty of all time. This is going to be like all of these crazy claims that are a little bit outlandish and a little risky to say, right? What can we expect from a current generation Call of Duty? We're obviously going to see higher and more stable frame rates. That is one of the biggest things that you're going to want in a Call of Duty game, right? For the performance to be high, so it's going to have better performance. It's obviously going to have a much faster loading in all modes. The maps are going to get better, quicker respawns. It's going to find matches quicker. Warzone should feel a lot smoother, and it shouldn't feel as laggy or buggy. More advanced AI and gameplay is something else as well. More responsive because it won't have any of the limitations that older hardware had. So now you're going to be using the newest stuff, so everything should feel much better. Obviously, bigger and more detailed environments, right? Higher density maps, more buildings, better interiors, more persistent world detail, higher quality textures, better lighting, better smoke, better explosions, better gunfire. All of that stuff should improve massively. You also get a better use of the current generation that we have with PS5 and the Xbox. So you can fully lean into these things without having to create anything for the previous generation. So the physics could be better, the audio could be better, the animations could be better. That type of stuff could be a massive improvement. Now, obviously, you don't have to continue to build a version for PS4 and a version for PS5. So you're going to be able to concentrate more on the game. So it should be better and it should just improve all around, right? The bottom line is that when you're going to current generation, you're using and creating games for that hardware, it's going to be something completely different. It's going to feel like a real game that is supposed to be coming out for this generation. Like if you're playing certain games right now that are for PS5 only, you notice the difference. You notice how much better they feel and how much better optimized they are. And that's what Call of Duty should be going for now. The problem is this. There was a report that came out, and a lot of people that are in the know or whatever, like Charlie Intel, stated that he had heard for a long time that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 was being developed for last-gen games as well, but it was later canceled, and then it focused completely on the current generation of consoles. Now, I think this is massive. I think this is big news because you realize that this isn't going to truly be a next-gen Call of Duty. If they were already in development and they only just canceled it that could have been late last year, that could have been mid last year, then stuff was already being designed for it to be and work on that 2013 or 2014 hardware. And I think because of that, you won't see the best Call of Duty that you can. It won't optimize and use every single thing of this current hardware as best as it can because it was already developing stuff for the PS4. And I think that you have to get your expectations in check and you have to really take maybe the rose-tinted glasses off. And, there's going to be a lot of hype. There's going to be a lot of people claiming things like, oh, the best thing ever. Oh, this is awesome. This is is, but no, it's like you can't claim that stuff yet. You can't, because I don't think it'll work that way. I think that you will see an improvement. I think that things are going to look better. I think the density and, the designs and the AI, everything might improve, definitely, but it won't look as good as, let's say, Call of Duty 2027, because by that point, let's hope that Sledgehammer Games, who is rumored to be working on that next Call of Duty, probably knew that they weren't going to be doing PS4 version anymore, so they didn't even create a PS4 version. They didn't even waste time on that. Everything that you think you're going to get, everything that you hope that you're going to get with Modern Warfare 4 releasing only on the PS5, you probably will get all of that in 2027, not this year. I think it's way too soon because it just got canceled last year in 2025. I really wanted to make this video to temper expectations a little bit. I know we can all get very happy and hyped and expect these things. Definitely expect an improvement. Definitely expect stuff like faster loading times and other things. But to say that it'll be the best, the greatest, I don't think so. In the time that we live in, we get hyped up and we, sometimes you get really like into this. Sometimes I get really into it and I'm like really fucking like, oh, I think all of this is going to be great and everything. But you got to be honest with yourself sometimes. You got to be serious. You got to take a step back. I think although Modern Warfare 4 will be better, it won't use this current generation's hardware to its full potential because it didn't start that way. And that's really the only thing. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And once again, guys, if you haven't already, please check out the James Bond video that I posted earlier this morning. I think you guys will like it a lot. We are looking to dive a lot deeper into the lore of 007 and First Light.